Hello dear student, I welcome you all once again in today's robotics session wherein we'll be learning about the designing as well as the application and the working principle behind the satellite system, right? In the last session we have discussed about the rocket propulsion and its basic physics. As we know that rockets are generally used to launch these kind of satellites in the space and place them in a required orbit so that they will not fall down to the earth surface, right? So this is the basic utility of a rocket to launch these satellites, right? Now, so in this session we will discuss its all the aspect associated with this satellite system, right? Now most of you will ask me, sir, if we throw any stones in the atmosphere, they will fall down easily toward the earth surface, right? But why do satellites, they don't fall from the space toward the earth surface, right? To understand this particular concept, we need to understand the circular motion of any object, which says if at all anything start rotating in a circular motion, they can counter the gravitational pull. For example, say suppose this object is there, I am having this bolt is there. Now see, it is not rotating, so it is tending to fall down toward the earth surface. But as soon as I'll make it to rotate in a circular motion, it will not fall in the toward the earth. See, as soon as I make it start rotating, see, I gave it angular I applied a force through this thread and I have given it a angular velocity. It start rotating in a circular motion. See, it is not falling, it is start rotating. See, whatever be the direction, see here, this is vertically upward and downward. See, it is not moving and it is vertically upward. See here, it's not. So by this particular experiment, what we have understood, any object, if at all it start rotating in a circular motion with very higher angular speed, it can counter the gravitational pull. Are you getting? So here there are two different kind of forces acting on this bolt. One is centripetal force and another one is centrifugal force. That is, centripetal force is nothing but the force which is acting toward the center with the help of this thread. If I will stop now, if I'll all of a sudden if I'll leave my hand now, then it will try to move away from the center. It will not come, that bolt will not come toward the center. So that will the force which is acting away from the center is known as centrifugal force. So these two forces are balancing among each other, right? Then only this bolt is able to move in circular motion. Are you getting? So what we have understood from this experiment, there are two different kind of forces acting. One is centripetal and another one is centrifugal force. Understood? So likewise, if any object like this satellite revolve around the earth to give any kind of information related with communication, weather forecasting, then this satellite also has to rotate in some kind of angular velocity. Okay, then only it will be able to keep on rotating. Otherwise, if at all it will stop now. If it will get stationary, then it will there is so much of chances that it will fall down to the earth. Understood? So that is called circular principle of circular motion. Now this will be governed. So this will be governed by this relation balancing force, which will be the gravitational pull by the earth as well as the centrifugal force. These two force has to be balanced. Then only you will be able to make the satellite to rotate around the earth. Now the balancing velocity can be attained, that is angular velocity omega can be achieved through the balancing equation, that is nothing but gravitational force equation is equal to the centrifugal equation, centrifugal force equation. That is, for gravitational force we know that as per the Newton's gravitational force, that is G into m1 into m2 divided upon r square, where G is the universal gravitational constant, then m1, that is mass of the earth which is acting on it, and m2 is the mass of this particular body, and r is the distance between, say suppose this is your earth, so there is a distance between these two, earth and this satellite, so this distance is known as r, and as per the Newton we know that distance is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, right? So this has to be balanced with the centrifugal force of this body. Now what is the centrifugal force will be acting on this body? That is mass of this body into r square, mr square into mr into omega square, okay, omega square. So with this equation only we will decide the angular velocity at which it has to rotate in order to avoid the falling from the space. Okay, so this is the equation and with the help of, now whenever we launch this satellite in the space using rocket system, that time we generally give that particular speed omega, angular velocity. Okay, that is governed by the equation, that is G into m1 into m2 divided by r square is equal to, again, mass into r into omega square. By this equation only we will govern the value of the that is angular velocity at which it must be rotated initially, then only it will keep on rotating around the earth, otherwise it will fall down. Now I hope you have understood how satellite system managed to keep on rotating around the earth system. Now we will learn the different component a satellite system having in order to work for any communication. So most of the satellite, if you see, they will be having this kind of reflector antennas. Okay, this reflector antenna will help us to communicate from the earth station to the satellite. Okay, they will reflect back the signal. Say suppose I want to communicate from India to USA, so first I will send a signal using electromagnetic waves that is generally generated via LC circuit that you have to study in class 12 standard, that is inductor and capacitor circuit. They generate electromagnetic waves that you will studying in class 12 standard in electrodynamics. Okay, so via that what we do, we generally send the signal from the earth station. Say suppose I'm in India and I want to communicate with the person who is there in the USA, so first I will send a signal in a voice message, and that voice will get converted into electromagnetic waves, and they will be first received by the satellite in the space. Okay, and this again it will using the transponder, another element, another device the satellite having is known as transponder. This transponder will enhance the signal, because whatever signal I will be sending due to the air, because in between there is atmosphere is there from earth station to the satellite, so in between due to this atmosphere there may be chances of some kind of some kind of noise will be there. Due to that our signal may get weakened. Okay, so this transponder will again, it will magnify it using the it will get magnified, and again using the others antenna it will again send the signal to the other earth station which is there in the USA, and that is how again that earth station will send the signal to the user to which I want to communicate. So this is how signal transmission occurs. Next is this, what do you call this one, this solar panels. As such in the space there is no electricity available. Okay, so they need to harness the energy, because all things are all are electronics components inside is there, transmitter, receivers, everything. So in order to power them we need some electrical energy, and here there will be batteries will be there, but batteries for after some time they will just exhaust. So in order to recharge them or make them to work, we need to have solar panel. So this solar panel will again with the help of solar light they will again recharge the this batteries, and we can able to function it, we can make it run again. Okay, understood? So these are the utility of these panels, understood? Then again I told you one is transponder, that is for transmission, antennas, and this one, understood? Again, apart from that, now how to make this now most important fundamental question comes, like what is the utility where we so the what is the utility of orbits? Like in the space there are n number of orbits are there. Now orbit will be decided based upon our requirements, our purpose. Say suppose we want to make our we want to send a satellite which will observe the earth, or which will take care of our India's border area. For that I want a satellite which will keep on observing our earth system, as well as we want to make some kind of geo imaging system, so that I'll keep on eye on the our earth, our India's border. For that it must be near to the earth surface, then only we will get clear pictures, clear I mean this better resolution of the grounds. Okay, for that it must be placed in the LEO orbit, that is called lower earth orbit, whose altitude come under the range of 160 km to the 2000 km. So if you could place in this particular orbit, then we can easily take the earth's images with good resolution. If you place very far away in the geosynchronous orbit, which is very much higher altitude, that is 36,000, okay, in that if you place this satellite in that particular orbit, then it is not possible to take this images, clear images. And at the same time we generally, and for the sake of broadcasting, say suppose telecommunication broadcasting, we need to cover the entire earth, maximum earth surface. Say suppose this is earth is there, so if you place something here, if you place an object here, so it will cover only this much area, right? Smaller area, earth surface area. If you place somewhere here this much far, then you will see how much area it can cover. Okay, resolution will be higher, as well as it will cover most part of the earth surface. Okay, that is why we'll keep on increasing the distance from the earth surface toward the space in order to cover the maximum part of the earth. So if you place this kind of satellite in geosynchronous orbit, which is the orbit at which if any object is placed, then it will rotate with the same speed as the speed of the earth, that is it will cover one rotation in 24 hours. Along with the, it will, if you watch in from the earth with the telescope, then we will find it at a stationary. It will seems like it is keep on moving as fast as our earth is moving, which is, and this orbit is at 36,000 km. Okay, that is why it is called geosynchronous orbit, that is in sync with the earth rotational speed, understood? And so if any satellite is placed in geosynchronous orbit, then it will cover only 1/3 part of the, that is 33% of earth surface only get covered by this satellite, which is placed in the geosynchronous orbit. So if you want to have the overall coverage of the earth, then we needed 2 more satellites to cover the entire earth surface for the broadcasting. And if at all we want to cover the LEO using the LEO orbit, then we need approx 1000 number of, because they will be much nearer to the earth surface now, so they cannot cover, they will cover very little percentage of earth surface. Okay, so that is why we generally prefer to place our satellite in geosynchronous orbit. Okay, right? Like for like GPS system, we generally use this satellite in the geosynchronous orbit. Okay, so this is how the satellite works, and different component I have explained you all these components, as well as the basic physics principle also I explained you how it works. Next is how I have made this one. So simply I have used this kind of, to make this one I have used one cubical box that you can easily find in the market. Any box you can use this kind of can use, and you just wrap it using this kind of shining surface. Now the solar panel, I used one cardboard, and over which I have just with the black tape I have covered it, and this kind of transparent, with the help of this transparent sheet, which you will get easily in any this toys packet, or you can get, just wrapped it, okay, and over which again using the smallest white strip I have just pasted it, so that it will give the appearance to be of solar panel. Next one is this antennas. So I have used this shining plate paper that you can easily get in the any stationery shop, and using this kind of construction, you need to cut this two concentric semicircle, and you have to rotate this way, so you will get the shape of antenna easily, right? This you can get. So, and you have to design. Now it's up to you what kind of design you will make. Okay, so this is how you can make it. Understood? Now I hope you people have understood the basic physics and basic working principle of a satellite system. Okay, so those who will finish, please let me know. Okay, and so this is the things. Wish you have a great day ahead. Jai Hind.